my channel. So for today's video, I actually want to talk about like the videos that are going around and like kind of like the trend of becoming that girl. So I want to kind of give my input of how I have actually started to slowly work into becoming a version of that girl. And the reason why I'm like saying that is because I feel like becoming that girl looks completely different for everybody else. It might not even look like the girl that you see that has been going like viral, and all her videos are saying like that she is that girl already, right? That she has everything organized and she wakes up at 5:30 in the morning and that she loves to have everything organized to the minute and all this stuff. But a lot of the things that people are sharing right now about becoming that girl is something that I've been working slowly to progress, right? So I'm not saying that I am 100% that girl, but I am saying that I'm honestly really starting to get to a point that I have become very disciplined with how I've been planning out my life, right? And with that being said, like, it's not an easy journey, right? Because if it was easy, and this is the best advice I ever got, if it was easy, everybody would do it, right? So I think that for me, I want to share what has been some things that are super important for me this journey, right? And I think like I constantly go back to these type of videos where I'm having like a sit down and talking, is because I think a lot of people have to recognize that this doesn't happen overnight. You have to take little steps over it, right? And like, I'm gonna touch on one thing right now. For instance, you see that everybody is, you know, waking up at like 5 in the morning, right? So a thing that you might have seen from other like videos. Alright y'all, so I was having technical problems like always. But I wanted to start off talking about like the first big tip and like the thing that I think that a lot of people are trying to start doing or find like the most difficult from the journey, and even for myself. And I have actually adjusted this specific like lifestyle, and it is to wake up at 5 in the morning or 5:30 in the morning before you start your day, to work out and have a very productive morning before you even actually start to get ready for work and head out. And that is not for me, right? And I'm being honest, I have adjusted that one particular thing. And the way that I adjusted is that I actually work out after I get home from work and after I have a snack, and once I actually want to settle down and just, you know, push myself, go to the gym for an hour, hour and a half, come back, have my protein, eat, cook, and then get ready for bed. That is my process for myself. So Cleo just joined us. So I cannot do that. I think it's so amazing when I see people who are actually able to do that. My sister wakes up early in the morning to go to the gym. Alright, my second tip for being that girl, and I'm going to be adding clips throughout this video, is you have to be organized. Can't stress it enough. I think that while I'm in bed before I go to sleep, I like to have a preview in my head of how my day is gonna look. I know some people cannot function like that because you just like to live in the moment and go about your tasks like how you want them to go, right? And you don't like to plan out that much in the future, which is completely okay, right? But I think something that is super important for you to be successful in a journey and to be successful in how you are becoming that girl or how you are changing your lifestyle to fit a certain way is to be the most organized person that you can be, right? And that means that you don't have to plan out everything by the single minute, but you have to have an idea of how you're going to organize your day and how long a task should take you, right? So I'll give you an example. My thing is, I know I need time for the gym at least an hour, hour and a half for a glute day. If that, you know, I go to the gym planning out how much time I will be there, and then I plan out my next activity even before I even start the gym. Because I like to look ahead of time and be organized, especially if I'm trying to see my friends, if I'm trying to see my family and all the other stuff, right? And I can't stress it enough, I use a planner even though I'm not in college anymore. I'm not the best at it. Think that these past few weeks have been hard for me to be consistent with my planner, but I still picture in my head, and I like to go about how I'm planning out my day based on like what I've decided on the night before, right? Or even the morning of. Sometimes I like to planning my day in the morning while I'm commuting at work, and I kind of get an idea of like, this is how I should go about, right? You know, be mindful of how you're using your time and like what you're putting your energy to. Like, I can't stress it enough. I don't put my energy towards being upset, like putting my energy to holding grudges, to, you know, being upset over something that might have happened on my commute or anything. Like, it upsets me, and I think it bothers me for a few minutes, but then I let it go. I'm like, you know what, I can't give that my energy, I can't give it my time. I have to keep moving forward with my day. Alright, so now I actually want to talk about eating. I've talked about this multiple times, and I think that in my journey, if I didn't change what I was putting in my body, I wouldn't be where I am today, right? And I think like that's something I always like stress to my sisters about and like my friends. It's like, honestly, I have seen just so much dramatic changes in my body, how I feel, just by, you know, focusing on eating, you know, less food that makes me feel good, and that I just feel good at the moment eating them, and actually giving my body the nourishment that it actually needs, right? Find alternatives, right? Skinny pop, finding healthy popcorn, pita chips with hummus, or sometimes even like pickles or stuff like that. Like, I really adjusted what I was putting in my body, and I think that's super important. And become like the best version of yourself. You really need to change what you're putting inside your body, right? You have to, you know, moderate like what you're eating, like the sizes. Because for me, I would eat like 2 plates of every meal, and then I would like continue. But the more that I started to actually listen to what my body needed, the more I realized that I just wasn't hungry. Sometimes I was bored, or I just thought like, whatever, like let me get so full that I feel so heavy, and that I can just like feel like want to go to sleep already, right? And it shouldn't be like that, right? You should be listening to what your body's actually saying. If you want a little bit more, of course eat a little bit more, but don't eat to the point that your stomach is feeling upset or anything like that. So for me, like, definitely meals is something that I continuously look to improving, and I like to plan out the most importantly, right? I make a grocery list. I have an idea of what are my 3 or 4 big meals of the week for my lunch. I also have an idea when I go to sleep what I'm gonna have for breakfast the next morning, or at least I have a few options to kind of have, you know, something ready for me to actually start eating in the morning. You need to start planning out, looking at videos. You need to start looking at recipes. I always post recipes on my Instagram, like what I'm eating, because, and I also like to spice things up. And one thing you need to know is that healthy food doesn't have to be nasty, right? Like, healthy food can be really good if you're cooking it, and if you're putting all the spices you want to put, like if you're experimenting with new stuff, you're testing out new recipes. Like, that is my biggest tip, is like, have fun making your food. Make your own food so you know what you're putting inside your body. And I'm telling you, like, I only treat myself to eating out lunch on Fridays during work, because that's like my treat for getting through the week. But other than that, I take my lunch and my breakfast every day. I take a bag full of food. I'm not even joking. I'll insert a video so you guys can see all the food that I take to work and that I actually eat during work, right? Because I am a big snacker, but I've been cutting down on eating so many snacks. I felt like I was just eating because I was bored. I was not even hungry. I just had I was just like, I stress eat. So really watching what I was like doing was super important for me. Alright guys, so I just got to work and I wanted to show you guys my lunch bag that I told you I was going to show you guys. So this is everything that I am going to eat before I get home, okay? So I have these dark chocolate rice cakes from Trader Joe's, and I'll show you real quick. So these are the rice cakes. They're new because they didn't always have them. At least in the Trader Joe's that I go to. So these are the organic dark chocolate rice cake thins. They are fucking amazing. I tried rice cakes with dark chocolate on them for the first time in Europe, and I fell in love with them. So I was so sad that they don't have them everywhere in the US. My Honeycrisp apple, I always eat it after work while I'm driving. It kind of gives me a boost of energy, especially when I'm so tired from the day. Of course, my water bottle, you already know. I need to have my water bottle with me at all times. I actually use this as Trader Joe's bag as my lunch bag. And then this is my Built Bar. I take a protein bar with me every day to work. It helps me a lot to be productive and feel full, especially if I'm having a late lunch, which I tend to do because of work. This is my lunch for the day. I showed this in my Instagram. It's some chickpeas with some ground turkey and some cauliflower Mexican style rice. I'm gonna have a video of what I eat in a day coming up soon. I've been getting a lot of requests for that. And then I think that's pretty much it, except for this. So, and I have a Greek yogurt inside in the fridge in my work, so I'm gonna eat a vanilla Greek yogurt at some point. And then I have this like crackers. These are pita chip crackers. I brought some ham as well, like a slice of ham, and then some pieces of cheese to kind of like snack on this. So this is like my salty treat for the day. And yeah, so this is like honestly everything I'm gonna eat while I'm at work. And then for breakfast, I'm actually going to have a smoothie. I already made it this morning. It has like I put my protein, cookies and cream. I put some strawberries, some peanut butter, and some oat milk. Yeah. So that's pretty much it that I put on my smoothies in the morning. So we are back. Let's move on to the next tip. And the next tip is to actually be reasonable and very realistic to what your goals are and what you are actually setting up for yourself. Okay? And I know that I've talked about this before, and I think it's like said so many times, but I feel like the people that I've seen that start their journey and they're a lot of the time they're saying I'm not seeing results, is because I know that deep down, even though they're trying really hard, they're not being consistent, right? And they're also not being realistic with what they can do, right? So for me, it's not realistic to go to the gym every single day. It can be, for me, what is reasonable and realistic is going to the gym 5 to 6 times a day. That's not a day. Shit, I wish I could. You have to be able to set up a plan that actually works for you and that you can actually stick to and move forward with, right? And like for me, consistency means going, but also having a plan when I go to the gym, right? So I'm not only showing up to the gym and that's it. No, I actually have a journal here like that I literally sat down the other day and I was just writing everything that I was like, okay, this is gonna be how my leg day looks, right? So leg day for my hamstrings, my quads, moving forward based on like what I've been doing these last few months. Like I think like these exercises are pushing me the most and I actually want to stick by. I want to create this program for myself. And then glutes, right? And I'm being like very realistic, you know, RDLs, sumo squats, hip thrusts, Bulgarian splits, cable abductions, single RDLs, right? Like this is like my plan that I'm developing for myself, right? That's something that you're being consistent with too, right? Setting up like the structure of what you're gonna do when you become that girl. Like what are you actually gonna be working out every single day, right? And try to build this into a habit. I saw something really great in this other video where by Chrissy Sella, she was saying, you know, if you're trying to build a new habit, try it out for 30 days and keep doing it. And if you miss it, if you actually don't stick by it, then start all over again from day one, right? So little by little, start building that habit for yourself. And then more and more over time, you're going to get more comfortable over it. And it just becomes part of your journey and part of your life. All right, everyone, I am closing out the video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each one of you all. I feel like I consistently like sit down and try to post my best, so I'm sorry that this video is late by one day, but I'm really trying. I just feel like it's hard, right? Like when you get to the routine of going from part-time to actually full-time and actually setting up, you know, this whole process is super hard, and I'm going through it myself, right? So I would really appreciate it if you guys keep me posted on your journey, and if you can subscribe to my channel and like this video and follow me on social media so you can check out everything I've been doing, especially if you need some motivation. I love to share my journey. I love to show you guys what I'm doing, and I love to get all those messages from you guys saying that you want to see more recipes, that you love to see my workouts, that I'm motivating you, that I'm you know, I'm motivating you to open your gym account, your membership, that you want to work out with me or anything like that. Like, I love to see those messages. So thank you all so much, and keep the love coming, and I hope that you guys are all having a great day. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.